Hey guys, it's Vexed, and this is gonna be a little bit of a different kind of video. There is something that has been on my mind, and I'm ready to talk about it. I want to talk to you guys about my RWBY content and how it's viewed in the RWBY community. Over the last few years, I have made it clear that I am not a fan of the writing in this show. I've made plenty of videos about it. You can check those out. Because of these videos, I am considered by many to be toxic or an asshole. There are people who have told me that everything was fine until I came around. They say that I am the one that brought negativity into the RWBY community. I have been called sexist, homophobic, racist, transphobic. You name it, I've been called it. All because I don't love the writing in a web series. Does it bother me? No. I became numb to this stuff a long time ago. You would too. I get comments like this all the time.
I don't understand how someone like you has a very low opinion of RWBY, even though it is still rising. What are you trying to achieve? Why can't you do something positive in your life and be honest about yourself? Isn't that supposed to be simple, right? You may not like the direction it's going, but what I don't like is how you're continuing to lie to yourself and have the gall to say plot holes and retcons over the slightest thing that could be analyzed. Be compassionate, be humble, and be respectful of Miles and Carrie for giving you the show. If not, then why not leave the damn show? And this time, you're going to answer me immediately.
Fucking hell. I think on average, the criticism I hear the most is that you never say anything positive about RWBY. I never have anything positive to say about the show, yada yada. This is a well-written and well-directed scene. Who wrote this? Miles? Good for you, man. Wow, Carrie did a fantastic job with chapters 3 and 4. I have a clear understanding of her mindset and what she's dealing with at this stage. So, after one scene, you care more about a background character. Well, what you just witnessed was a good character moment. Ladies and gentlemen, the chapter is good. In fact, it's probably the best start to any volume of RWBY. I thought Blake started off volume 6 strong. I like how the writers touched on Blake's guilt. I have to say that the back and forth between Team RWBY and Ozpin is some of the best writing of the entire series. Just about everything Salem did this chapter was good. Weiss practicing her smile in the elevator is great characterization. Us some good character moments, and RWBY is getting fleshed out. RWBY shooting into the arm cannon to take down the mech was cool. The entire scene worked for me. It was definitely a good moment for her. Let's say that that's true. It's not, but let's say that that's true. Let's pretend like that is reality. So there is nothing wrong with focusing on things you don't like about a show if that is what you choose to do. There are folks who like hearing criticism about the show they like or hate. There's an audience for it. For example, I am a MCU fan. I am a fan of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. There are YouTube videos shitting on the MCU. You're not gonna catch me in the comments saying, "Stop making these videos, you're ruining the movies for me," like this guy.
Dude, shut up. Let me enjoy the show thing, please.
Let me enjoy the show? I get comments like this all the time. If you're not prepared to hear an opinion that differs from yours, don't bother clicking on any video. Oh, and I didn't force you to click on the video. And even if I did, my opinion should not affect you. If it does, if it ruins the show for you, well, that's revealing now, isn't it? Maybe the reason why my opinion is ruining the show for you is because the foundation in which your opinion lies is weak. You know that the criticism is legitimate and it bothers you. You hate being reminded of it. So you put the blinders on and call criticism nitpicks. I can empathize with these folks because I used to be one of them. There was a time when I staunchly defended RWBY against the tyranny of critics. Everything was a nitpick, nothing was a big deal, and I did not like when people criticized the show. You care about something so much, you don't want anyone to tear it down. You want it to be seen in a positive light at all times, even when you know the problems are real. I understand that. I get it. I definitely had to work my way out of that mindset and be honest with myself. I'm happy to say that I never lashed out at anyone, because honestly, you're a special kind of pathetic if you have to shit on someone because they don't agree with you on a show or a character. I've always said that folks don't have to agree with me. I'm just giving my opinion. I'm happy to hear yours. A lot of the anger in the RWBY community stems from their love and care for the showrunners. If I had $1 for every time someone commented, "Leave Miles and Carrie alone," I would have a lot of dollars. They love the writers and the voice actors on a personal level, so they feel attacked when the show is criticized. It's like you're criticizing a family member's work. I have never forwarded any of my videos to Miles or Carrie, or anyone else for that matter. I don't make videos for them, nor do I believe writers should follow my direction. I'm not special. I have opinions and I share them. A lot of folks love the characters on a personal level. They form a bond with these characters, and that's fine, of course, but it's important to remember something, right? These characters are fictional, so there's nothing I can say that will hurt them. They're not real people. They don't exist. So like, there's no way I can actually be harassing them or picking on them. They're not real. So you shouldn't take my jokes to heart. I'm just joking for the most part. It's important for some people to remember that. This whole narrative around my content is hilarious for multiple reasons. One of them being is that criticism is actually good for the show. I'm not talking about improving the writing, which it does. I'm talking about the growth and popularity of the show. Countless people have told me that they got into RWBY after watching my content. These are people who wouldn't have watched RWBY otherwise. There is no downside to criticism videos. There just isn't. That narrative needs to die. One thing that I want to get across in this video before it ends. I'm not stupid enough to think that this video will change how folks feel about my content. The kind of people that leave comments like this.
The homophobia and lack of brain cells jumped out. Blake and Yang literally have the most developed relationship out of any other pairing. They had a 3-volume overlapping, extremely important story which defined them as characters. Their auras and color schemes complement each other. They are the representation of yin and yang. And you are a joke of a commentator.
Aren't sensible or reasonable or rational, and they can't really be swayed by one video. They're too far gone at the moment. What's sad is that there are folks who feel like they can't openly enjoy my content. I've had folks who work in and around Rooster Teeth, that's all I'll say, who have told me privately that they enjoy my content, but they can't say that publicly because they'll get shunned. It'll be seen a certain way. And that kind of sucks, not gonna lie, but I get it. It's a really sad situation. There are folks who get blocked on Twitter just because they follow me. It's really annoying. Is there anything that I can do differently? Is there something wrong on my end? Admittedly, I was much harsher when I first started on YouTube. I have dialed it back considerably, not to appease anyone. Over time, I decided what kind of YouTuber I wanted to be. And that's someone who's honest. I'm not gonna bullshit you. And I don't expect you to feel how I feel. If you think RWBY is the best written show on the planet, I am happy for you. I truly am. Okay guys, I am done running my mouth. I got that off my chest. Hit the like button or give it a thumbs down, whichever you want to do. You're entitled to your opinion on this video. Leave a comment, why don't you? Until next time, love ya. Bye.